After a robbery goes south and their driver leaves them high and dry, 3 criminals find themselves in an impasse. Forced to act on the spot, they take a girl hostage and drive her car in a random direction. Finally, the outlaws decide to lay low in a secluded ranch. Little do they know that the owners of the place are way more dangerous than the police. When it comes to meaningless, non-motivated violence, Japanese filmmakers have always been ahead of the curve. Elements of graphic brutality are present even in mainstream films and anime movies, let alone in projects that rely on violence as their main ingredient. Director Ryuhei Kitamura made waves in the early 2000s, when his film Versus released on home video. This now iconic sci-fi action piece has appalling amounts of violence. Several blockbusters and a Godzilla movie later, Kitamura was invited to Hollywood to adapt to screen a short story by a horror maestro Clive Barker. The Midnight Meat Train didn't become a commercial hit, but received high praise from critics and fans of unusual, non-mainstream horrors alike. Kitamura's next project, a thriller No One Lives, suffered the same fate. Despite its poignant atmosphere and take no prisoners plot, the film was a commercial flop. Following yet another fiasco, Kitamura entered a shadowy world of B-movies, making middling action thrillers horror hybrids. The Price We Pay looks like a logical step on Kitamura's uncontrolled journey to self. It has nothing but the so-called auteur style, a marathon of meaningless, unmotivated violence that acts as a substitute for everything, from script to character personalities. In the beginning, the film gives off serious from dusk till dawn vibes, but as the story progresses, you realize that these two movies couldn't be more different. Unlike Robert Rodriguez, who used the criminals and hostages get into hot water premise to surprise, scare, amuse, impress, and entertain the audience, Kitamura was solely interested in putting his characters through physical torture. You can't bring yourself to emphasize with dull, one-dimensional people on screen, and empathy is absolutely essential to any horror, even a trashy grindhouse. In Russia, the film's title was localized as Wrong Turn, The House of Evil. And if we're being completely honest, even the Wrong Turn franchise, despite its lack of sophistication that borders on stupidity, leaves a better impression. In the Wrong Turn series, sadism is just part of the game, while The Price We Pay completely relies on violence, which is further amplified with oppressing zoom-ins and ragged editing. Sadism is essential to Kitamura's work as piles are essential to a house. If you take it out, the film will have nothing left. No suspense, no moral, no meaning, no post or meta-irony. Nothing that would justify, at least to some point, all that slaughter.